Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is when you watch this video, just make it apply. Therapeutic exhausted to pray. Don't give up in the moment, don't give up when you close. If all you need is somebody to say, it's okay not to be okay. All right, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is going to be the the monthly reading for my Earth sign. So Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. This is going to be the love reading for my Earth sign. Remember, this is a general message, so it's not going to apply to everybody. Only take what resonates. Divination is confirmation. I should be telling you things that your spiritual team should have already told you. If they haven't told you, don't listen to me. It's okay not to be okay. I like this song. I like to put all the cards upright before starting the reading. So if they go reverse, that means you're unbalanced. I gave you a fair chance. Let me know if the music is too loud, because I be jamming at times. It's okay not to be okay. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. That song kind of got me distracted a little bit. I was like, oh, that's the jam. All right, so first we're going to start off with Taurus. Let's see what's in the cards for Taurus. What is in the cards for love for Taurus? See, I done did every card upright. Judgment card, judgment card still popped out in reverse. Oh, 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 yeah. Cause, yeah, I'm fine. And I swear I'm not alright. The feelings for not being able to sleep forever every night. Finally feeling the pressure of keeping my feelings inside. Well, maybe I'm not, and I just need to tell someone I'm not alright. If you wonder how it feels too, let somebody in finally see the real you. Me too. Trying to pretend like I can do it on my own. And you can remember me. Yeah, I'm fine. What is the clarifier? Thank you to Goon. Thank you, Spirit Guys. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Bonda. Thank you, Arisha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Ola Dumaray. Thank you, Ola Roon. Thank you, Ola Fee. Ashe Amen. Keeping my feelings inside. Taurus, that is where we're at. Tell someone I'm not alright. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Not being able to sleep forever every night. Finally feeling the pressure of keeping my feelings inside. Just trying to see what the cards, what's going to come out for Taurus. Time. What is the challenge? It's kind of everywhere. Taurus, you got some of everything that came out. So Taurus, you have as your overall energy, you have the judgment card, you have the judgment card in reverse. And so the judgment card in reverse, you're in a period of self-doubt. That you self-doubt, not listening to your intuition, lack of awareness, inner chaos, self-loathing. This is not even judgment. This is more of, you punishing yourself. And so, Taurus, you're going through some stuff. You are really going through some stuff. You are, even the clarifiers, you have the four of cups. The four of cups is just crying over spilled milk, praying that something will come back, praying that something will come in, and you're praying for a breakthrough, and you have as your hidden emotion, you have time that you're just waiting. But my thing is like you're waiting, but you're not doing what is necessary in order to get out. You do have the Ace of Wands here in the you do have the Ace of Wands here in the crowning energy. I don't know why. It's like the moment that I got into your energy towards it feels like I don't know, like I'm itching and stuff all over. Like I wouldn't. That's why I hate getting into other people's energy. That's why I hate getting into other people's energy because it's the same thing with a That's the one thing about being an empath, man. Doing readings and stuff like that. When you get into these energies, you really get into these energies. You do have the Ace of Wands here, Taurus. Like I would not be surprised if this is a Taurus that somebody is doing spell work against you to the point that you are actually like seeing spirits. That spirits are like in your home, scratching up your bodies, leaving marks and bumps. You have stuff all on your face and stuff like that, like even in your hair. That I would not be surprised that, you know, um, if that's the spell work that somebody is doing on you, that they are sending you, energy that like this is not just energy where it's changing your mindset or trying to get dominion over you. Like this is shit where it's like, they are sending a spirits attachment to attach to you, to attach to your energy that you can feel it crawling on your skin. One of the main things, especially when they're trying to send you energy to stop you from connecting with the ancestors and things like that, is the spine. You can feel things going up your spine, especially the back of the neck. You know, um, if that is what's happening to a if that's what's happening to a why do I not have any chats coming in? I mean, unless nobody is writing, I'm like, did I do something wrong? Did I stop chats? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know why it's not in, any chats. Normally people be cutting up in the comments. So I don't know if I turned that off by accident. I don't see. Okay, so I don't know if I accidentally turned it off or what, but getting back to it, like Taurus, I wouldn't be surprised like if this is magic that you can that like you wake up in the morning and you got scratches that you can't explain, that you are, you have experiences where it feels like, a spirit is grabbing you, taking hold of you, that is kind of like what I feel right now with your energy, but at the end of the day, it's like you're not really doing anything about it, with this time here. It's like you're trying to wait this out, and so one of the things about spell work is that you kind of decide when it's going to leave by the method you use to get rid of it. you know, I know a lot of people is just like, oh, I'm just gonna pray to Jesus. I'm just gonna plead the blood of Jesus over this and stuff like that. And then you look around and it's like 3 years later, you're still dealing with the same curse. 3 years later, you're still dealing with the same thing because this is how I put it. This is how I explain it to my clients. You have three levels. You have cleansing, you have rituals, and then you have full blown ceremonies that, in my religion, in Ifa, is using animals and the whole 9 yards because now you got yourself in some shit that you really got to do some stuff to get yourself out of. Cleansing is good when the energy is not here. When the energy is not here yet, when it's not in your home, when it's not on you, you can cleanse. And it builds a protection around you that when it tries to come, it will bounce that shit back. But if the energy already come to you and you wasn't cleansed, and now the energy is here, you just can't cleanse it away. You can cleanse yourself all day and you can get yourself clean. But if the magic is already in your home, destroying things in your home, you cannot cleanse it away. And so at that point, that's when you have to do a ritual. And so once you do a ritual to break that witchcraft, to break that magic, that's when now you can cleanse. And then, of course, if you have allowed it to sit for a very, very, very long time, that's when you would have to do a full blown ceremony. This is the one reason why we don't want to let witchcraft just sit in our lives. But Taurus, you're in a very crazy spot right now, a very low spot. You have Judgment card in reverse that you are in self-doubt, you're in a lack of self-awareness, which means you're not paying attention to the things that is happening. You're crying over spilled milk, trying to figure out like why is love not coming in, which means somebody is using magic to block it, and that you're praying for a breakthrough. Your crossing energy, you have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is, you're feeling that energy of a lot of anxiety, depression, um, being betrayed, being stabbed in the back. And so you're definitely, Taurus, you're definitely in some negative energy right now. Hey, based on this reading, I believe it. Based on this reading, I believe somebody is doing something against you. Because this is, and that's what I'm saying. Like, man, I hate being in other people's energy. Oh my god damn. I hate being in other people's energy. It's like this is when I get out of this damn energy, I need to cleanse. Um, because man, I just feel like somebody is like this is witchcraft that whoever this is being done against, like like I said, you're waking up with bumps all over your body, scratches. You're constantly scratching and rubbing yourself, and this is some crazy. This is some crazy energy. You have, like I said, you have the Ten of Swords in the crossing position. That you feel defeated. You feel completely out of it. You have the Hierophant, which the Hierophant, it talks about tradition, it talks about religion. You have it paired with the Nine of Swords, which talks about anxiety. It talks about, that's one of the reasons why I can, I'm just like keep, rubbing myself and stuff like that. Some of y'all might be very, very extremely anxious right now, that you're going through so much that you are just constantly like you can't sleep. You're up in the middle of the night like this is a caffeine rush. Like you have had, caffeine all day, every day, and now your body is shaking, but it has nothing to do with caffeine. It's just a symptom of bad, bad, bad anxiety and worrying a lot. But with this paired with the Hierophant, this could be somebody that is sending this energy to you, because even the hidden emotions that you're overthinking this. You are being completely loyal to this energy. To me, this energy of being apologetic is that you're being submissive to this energy. And then you have the nurturing, that you're allowing this to grow. You're allowing this magic to take root. That this is going to be something pretty soon, that if you don't get out of this energy, this magic is going to completely overtake you. This is going to be something that's going to completely overtake you, because this is some powerful stuff. Like this is somebody is going to be completely, like this is going to be, this is a lot. You have in your crowning energy, you have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is magic, and this is why I'm saying magic is present. You have this paired with the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is all about the past. That there's somebody from the past that is doing magic on you, and this is very strong magic. You have it paired with the Two of Wands, which talks about planning. That this person is looking at you. This person is stalking you. This person is looking at your page and everything else to try to determine if their magic have been successful in your life. And so far, this shit has been successful. And you have, as the clarifier, you have the Chariot, and the Chariot talks about movement. The Chariot is the card of war. This person is definitely making a strong move, and it's all about to make it where you have an open heart. So this could be somebody from the past that want you back, and in order to get you back, they're doing a lot of magic. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, for them to want you back, they're not doing, I'm surprised they're not doing projections to make you want them. Like, this is not projections to make you want them, even though it says an open heart. Like, this is magic where somebody is projecting magic that they're scaring the shit out of you. That, like I said, they're doing magic where all of a sudden you got bumps where you never had bumps before. You have scratches that you never have scratches before. You have spirits that is coming in your home, that is literally like holding you down, choking you in the whole 9 yards, that they are releasing like some crazy negative energy in your life. And this is somebody that is just very anxious and worried, that the energy that I'm keep feeling It's like, it's like what I said earlier, where it's like, you have drunk, 3 Monster drinks, and you know how when you have all of that caffeine, you're very just nervous and shaky, like like a crackhead kind of, just really just shaky and nervous. That's the energy that I get that this magic is doing, that it has you so freaked out, it has you so worried, it has you just completely just shaken. This is crazy. Like, this is somebody that is overthinking. You can't stay focused. This is crazy. You have in your challenge position, you have the Death card, and you have it paired with the King of Cups, which means that the person is blocking, this person is blocking chakras. This person is blocking, because the King of Cups is someone that is emotionally stable, emotionally balanced. This is someone that's very compassionate, that, this is someone that has control of his life. But with the Death card being present on this magic is flipping this person upside down. That, someone that was once, noted and seen by multiple people, that they always have their shit together. They always have control over their emotions. You are in a period of your life that people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why don't you have control over your emotions anymore? Like, why are you so hot headed? Why are you, so quick to get irritated, agitated, frustrated, mad at the world, as if you're a fire sign? Like, you're doing things outside of your character, and it's all because of this magic that is present. You have as the hitting emotions in the challenge position, you have peace, you have family, but then you also have confusion. That, this is like this is this remind me of some magic where, like, this is like somebody is cleansing you in the morning, and wiping the witchcraft that they put on you, and then putting a curse on you when the moon come out. And it's like, what the fuck? And people don't realize, like, that is a really strong technique. That when they are cleansing you in the morning, and now you think the magic is off you, and then putting it back on you at night, it creates this up and down that, magic like that will make somebody go crazy. It will make somebody lose their mind, because now it's not when you project negative energy onto somebody, people can get content with that. People can get very content, and they can just say, "Oh, this must be God punishing me. I'm just going to accept it and stay here." But when you are, bringing them the curse and then removing it by cleansing them, bringing them cleansing, bringing cleansing, bringing cleansing, people don't know what to fucking think. Their mind is everywhere. It's like, is this gonna be a good day, bad day? Am I gonna be up, down? It's that roller coaster effect. And that's exactly where they got you. You know, that's exactly where they have you, Taurus. Oh, sorry, yes now. I've waited 12 years. He never got better. He's not in control of any. But yeah, I get you. But this is some strong magic that is being this is some strong magic that's being projected towards Taurus. And this is it's a constant. Taurus is going through like a roller coaster. This is a constant up and down. Let me get the angel, and then I'm gonna go to Capricorn. Angel number is 0110. It talks about belief systems. Go after what you want, unique, destiny, inspiration, talents, gift. It says you're blessed with talents and skills that make it easy for you to stand out from the crowd, embrace what makes you different, that your path to succeed. Your dreams will soon come true. So this is definitely, I tell people all the time, you get magic off by doing rituals. You would have to get with a priest that know what they are doing. I have on my website different rituals that I do that rid people of witchcraft. I am an Orisha priest in Ifa, crowned Oya, and so this is what I do all day, every day. You know, I like that more people are getting into spirituality, but it's an up and down with that. The up is the good thing is that people are finding out their roots, where they come from, and they are removing themselves from religions that are very harmful for them. But the down part is they're coming into spirituality with a very immature mindset. And as you're getting into these practices and as you're learning magic, they're putting this stuff out in the universe, trying to trap people, trying to have dominion over people, not realizing that there is consequences for this. And yes, you can be very successful in your spell work that you put out in the universe. But just because you put it out in the universe and just because it's successful, it doesn't mean that you will not get the consequence for taking away someone's free will. There are laws that we have to abide by. There are spiritual, universal laws that we must abide by. And not interfering with someone's free will is one of them. If God doesn't do it himself, what makes you think that you should do it when you are way lower? But I tell people all the time, it's on the person, on and even the victim in the situation. That was my spiel for the person that's doing the magic. But now for the victim, honestly, how long you stay in it is on you. I run into so many people that they will say, "Oh yeah, I know for sure I'm under witchcraft. I know for sure somebody sent me this. I know for sure because I've had the dreams, I had the vision, I did divination myself. I see this and I see that." But then they will also follow up with saying, "Oh, but I haven't done anything to rid myself of it." Okay. And then we wonder why, like, when you allow negative witchcraft to stay into your life, it's more than just about you. Anyone in your energy is going to be affected by that magic. When I'm trying to think a story in the Bible to help bring this thing to life. I guess the only story that I can think about now, I can't think of anything specific. I guess the only thing I can think of now is, Jonah and the whale. That, when Jonah was cursed, because Jonah was cursed by God, it wasn't by man, because he failed to go to Nineveh and deliver a message. And so, because of that, God created this whole storm. And the moment that the people threw him over the boat, that's when the storm stopped and the boat stopped being affected. But that is the power of negative witchcraft, that when you have a curse on you, it doesn't just affect you, it affects everybody in your circle. Anyone that is connected to your energy will now be able to get part of that curse. And that is why you shouldn't be hanging around cursed people. I mean, definitely not letting them in your home. It's like, no, take that shit with you. Do not, but I can never, I never understand that, of how somebody can have full knowledge of knowing that they are cursed and don't do anything to rid themselves of it. There's spells that can be done that can rid yourself of negative energy. And then, especially if you have kids, think about the kid, especially if you have kids. If you have kids, they can be affected. That is the whole purpose of ridding yourself of that negative witchcraft immediately, as soon as possible. And like I said, it's different. Once the magic has already once the magic have already hit home, once the magic is already there, you can't cleanse it away. Cleansing is prior. Cleansing is a protection ritual, a protection spell. That cleansing keeps it away. And so, as long as you're doing your cleansing on a regular basis, that you have your salt behind your door, you have your cinnamon behind the door, you have your protective jars behind the door, you have, so many things. You have your warriors behind the door. Elegwa, Eshu, Ogun, Ochosi. As long as you're giving your warriors their offerings, as long as you have a coconut behind the door, as long as you have a jar of vinegar and salt behind the door, as long as you have it's so many things that you can do, as long as you have eggs behind the door, those are all protective things that when that energy come, it cannot come in. But it's when we don't have those things in place, that energy can come in now. And once that energy is here, you cannot cleanse it away. A ritual must be done now. And then once you allow that energy to stay in your home for such a long period of time that it has taken root and it has grown, now a ritual cannot take it away. A ceremony must take it away. And so it's like the longer we wait, the more it escalates, and it's more things that we have to do in order to get rid of that energy. So if anyone, my link is always in the description. You can look in the description of the video that you can see the link to my stand store, and you can purchase any service. I do, hex removals, the whole 9 yards, manifestation, which you cannot manifest if you are under a curse. So it's pointless signing up for any you can't manifest yourself out of this. And where it's like, oh, somebody is doing a curse to block my love, to block my money. Let me just do a manifestation ritual in order to, unblock this, to bring money in, to bring love in. You can't do that. You first must remove the curse. Remove the curse. Send it and do a return to center, and then from there you can do money spell, love spells, and all of this other stuff. Um, you have your wisdom card saying say goodbye to your past and leave the baggage behind for good. That's what I've been trying to tell them, universe. Yes, your wisdom card is even telling you, like, look, if you know you're under a curse, do what you need to do in order to rid yourself of that negative energy and leave that shit behind you, because you're gonna notice that when that curse is lifted, when you remove that energy from your life, you're going to be a completely different you. You're going to be like, damn, I didn't know it was that bright in here. That's because you were under a curse the entire time. What is the bad energy is coming from a parent? Being parent, that's what I'm gonna tell my parent. Bitch, I'm gonna send that shit back to you. I don't care who. I don't care who the negative energy is coming from. You saying that shit to me, baby, this is not gonna be my lot. This is not about to be my lot. I'm gonna send this shit back to you and you deal with the bullshit. I'm knocking them all out. I don't care if it's mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, cousin, brother, sister. I'm giving all the shit back to you. Shit. You ain't finna, like, no. You know, I'm no. I'm not finna, no. I'm not finna accept it. And I know some people are very, very, very cautious when it comes to magic, because I've talked to some people and they are like, well, Rashad, I want you to understand, the only reason that I didn't the only reason I didn't want to break the curse is because I know who did it, and the person who did it was a family member, and I don't want nothing bad to happen to them. Listen, when you break a curse, nothing is, how do I want to put it? When you break a curse, whether you do a return to center or not, let me give you a viewpoint using my hands like I always do. When you break a curse, that energy is going to release from you, is going to release from your home, and that energy is going to be in the atmosphere. That energy is automatically going to go back to where it came from. Whether you do a return to center or not, it will go back to where it came from. That is not you doing negative. That is not you doing negative magic. That is not you doing negative energy. That is you doing light work, saying this energy doesn't belong to me, and I don't want energy that is manipulated, that is infused with negative intentions that don't belong to me, to be attached to me. And so I'm telling it to get the fuck out and go back to where you came from. And so when it goes back to them, it depends on what they sent out. And I can't feel bad for you for that. If you sent magic in order to block my money, when it comes back to you, your money will be blocked. If you sent me magic to block my love, then when it comes back to you, it will block your love. If you sent magic to try to get someone ill, when it comes back to you, you will be sick and ill. This is not me sending negative energy. This is not me doing anything. This is me getting the things off of me and having it to go back to sender. Now, that person can always try to send the energy back, but hopefully at this point, you will learn the importance of protecting yourself and at least on a weekly basis cleansing yourself. Because as long as you do that, you wouldn't be in a position that you will need a full blown ritual. Let me see. Do you know how we can get initiated? I know Baba Lao. I'm a child of Yemaya, but he's in Nigeria. Um, I know a Baba Lao. Only a Baba Lao can do the ceremony in order for you to get initiated. It's good to think who but it's gonna be the ceremony that's gonna let you know who your head Orisha is. I know sometimes when we get readings and stuff like that, spiritualists will say, oh, Yemaya is with you, Oshun is with you. But just because an energy is with you, it doesn't mean that that's your head Orisha. I know when I was getting readings and everything, people would always pick up Obatala, where they were like, oh my gosh, you got to be a child of Obatala. Obatala is very strong and prevalent in your energy. But Obatala wasn't my head Orisha. My head Orisha was Oya, the goddess of thunder, the goddess of wind, the goddess of the cemetery. And so only in that ceremony will you be able to know who your head Orisha is. Let me see. Lay the card. I got to get a reading. If you want to get a reading, you can go to the description of the video. In the description of the video, it's the link to my stand store that you can sign up for a reading, as well as you can buy curse removal services and stuff like that. I'm 15 years so broke and money broke. I don't see how you can be 15 years stuck. You gotta do the work. Let's do the work. That's why I love personal readings, because on the personal readings, I can really get into it, and I can really get into it and be like, hey, look, this is what you need to do. Okay, how do I get magic off? The way you get magic off is by doing a ritual. It's better to have a priest to do the ritual because especially with a priest, like especially in Ifa, the secrets. Yes, I did the ceremony where he read my over, but it wasn't a full initiation. Interacting and such. Thank you. Well, so keep in mind, and I only once because once you say, I mean, I love my people. I love my, my Africans and stuff. But majority of the time, they do a lot of things because they're very money hungry, and they will say that they can tell you who your head Orisha is without you being present. With that ceremony, you must be present. I had to fly all the way to Ecuador in order to do my ceremony, and that is a ceremony that you have to be present because there's things that you're going to have to do face to face. There are some things like with readings and stuff like that you can feel the energy from wherever you are. But with that ceremony, it has to be face to face. So as long as you went over there and did as long as you went over there and did the ceremony, then yes, it was correct. But if you didn't go over there to do the ceremony, it wasn't correct. You need to make sure that you get with a different Babalawo. You have a lot of people that is just money hungry. That they will. You have a lot of people that's money hungry. Very money hungry. Let's get into Capricorns. So when it comes to all right, good night, Elijah. Love you. All right, go ahead and get some sleep. All right, I'm gonna wake you up in the morning. All right, bye. Love you. When it comes to oh, now we on Capricorn. All right, let's go with Capricorn. All right, thank you, Igun. Thank you, Spirit Guys. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Bonda. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oladumare. Thank you, Olaroon. Thank you, Olafi. So when it comes to Taurus, you need to strip yourself of that magic. Like, come on, stop. Don't let that shit just stay. But I will suggest whenever you feel that magic is being done, just get with a priest that knows divination as well and have them to perform divination. As long as they can pick everything up, then you can trust that they know how to break it. But if they cannot pick up what you're going through, don't tell them. Just politely say thank you for the reading and keep it moving. Because readings are not supposed to be where you go in and you say, "Oh, Rashad, this is what's happened to me." Blah 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 blah. No, 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 no. It's the opposite way. I should be able to look in the cards and say, "You haven't been sleeping at night. You got unexplained cuts on your arms. Are you having dreams of having sex with somebody?" I should be able to tell you that to open that door of communication, not the other way around. I'm telling you now, you do it the other way around, that you run your mouth and you tell them in the beginning everything that's going on. When people want to cheat you out of your money, the first thing they're going to say is, "Oh, yeah, that's what the cards are saying." The cards are saying that the cards did say that you failed last week, and that was a spirit. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. And baby girl, I'm not going harsh on you when it comes to the how the initiation work when it comes to Ifa. I was fooled. I was fooled in the beginning. I was fooled in the beginning because there's so many goddamn money hungry people. And so I had somebody to pretend to be a Babalawo and did this big old ceremony, all these incense and stuff lit up and stuff like that, smoke everywhere, saying that, "Oh, this is your head Orisha." No, it wasn't done right. That's not how the ceremony goes. That person, the Babalawo, must communicate with Orumula in front of you that you know who your head Orisha is. And not only will you get your head Orisha, you will also get your path. And your path is extremely important because your path will tell you, like, certain people can't be by water. Certain people can't be in places where there's natural disasters. Certain people can't be in places where it's prone to fire. Because if you're there and your path, let's say that your path that you let's say you're a kid of Chango and your energy is just infused with the element of fire, that fire can consume you. And so, that's another important thing of the ceremony is that you learn your path. Your path will teach you a lot of things that you need to avoid and things you need to connect with. All right, let's get back to Capricorn. Thank you, Goon. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Banda. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Ola Dumare. Thank you, Ola Rune. Thank you, Ola P. All right, so now we in Capricorn. Let's go, Capricorn. Let's go, Capricorn. I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. They're crazy, but they don't understand. You're all I have. You're all I have. And like when the stars light up my room, I sit by myself, talking to the. Come on, y'all, get in it. I don't hear no voices. Virgo is next. Right now we on Capricorn. Talking to myself, I am my fool who sits alone, talking to the moon. I love me some Bruno Mars. But talk of the time. Okay, Capricorn. That when the sun goes down, get a talking back. And night when the stars light up my room, I sit by myself. Oh, you got a stalker. You got a stalker. Oh my God. Capricorn got a stalker. They said, where you at? Gotta appreciate Bruno Mars. Y'all get into it. All right, let's get into this reading because this is already long. We have 48 minutes. We done spent so much time on Taurus. All right, Capricorn, here we go. Remember, keep in mind, I know that I said this 48 minutes ago, but this is still a general message that may not resonate with everyone. Only take what resonates. All right, so Capricorn, you have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is saying that you're in a position right now that you're trying to maintain control. That things are definitely spiraling out of control for you, and you have a crazy fucking stalker. So we'll get in that in the challenge position. That's just jumping ahead, but it is saying that you're trying to maintain control. And one of the things that you're trying to maintain control with, you have the Hierophant, which the not the Hierophant, you have the Hangman in a reverse, and the Hangman in reverse, it talks about a lot of delays and standstills, and you have it paired with the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is all about poverty and lack. And so, one of the things that you're trying to maintain control about is that you know that there's a lot of standstills. You know that there's a lot of things that's paused right now, and you're fearing that if this continue, that you're going to end up losing everything. So you are in the mindset right now that if I make the wrong move, I'm going to end up losing my home. I'm going to end up losing my kids. I'm going to end up losing and destroying everything. And so it's like, at the end of the day, let's make sure that we're making the best choice. But you do have, as your hidden emotion is your perception. So what seemed so intense with this overall energy, part of this could just be in your mind. It's just your perception that you are overthinking things, that, this is an energy that you're making a mountain out of a molehill, where you need to calm down, you need to breathe, and kind of like let things flow. Especially when you've been an earth sign, this is an earth sign that is not grounded. Earth signs are the kings of being grounded because you come from the earth. Earth signs are good at grounding themselves. This is an earth sign that is not grounded. And when you are not grounded, you tend to get a little, what's a better word for crazy? You tend to get a little spicy. So let's not get too spicy. Like, you gotta calm down. You gotta breathe a little bit. This is your perception. So when it comes to your crossing energy, so your overall energy is telling you that you are in a position that you're trying to maintain control right now, because there's a lot of things that stand still and pause, where it's like, with this saying that this is your perception, where it's saying that there's a lot of standstill and there's a lot of pauses, you're probably just being impatient. That you want it today, but it's not gonna come into next Friday. Breathe and calm down. Your crossing energy, you have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is all about holding everything in. It's not letting anything go. It's mine. It's a hoarder. Everything is just mine. I'm holding all of this stuff in. I'm not giving it to nobody. Okay, Capricorn, it's yours. We know it. You have it paired with the Knight of Pentacles, which is one of the slowest knights in the deck, because this person is very strategic, very methodical, and very sensory. You have, as the hidden emotions, you have pain and stress. Listen, Capricorn. Listen, Capricorn. This reading is turning into a reading of somebody that is trying to do it all by themselves, that you're not letting anyone else in. This could be the person that everybody come to you. Mama come to you, brother come to you, sister come to you. Everybody come to you for advice. Everybody come to you and they pour into you. But who are you going to? Because this is going to end up being a mental breakdown. This is going to end up being a mental fucking breakdown, that you are keep trying to do it yourself. You got to learn how to build a support system. You got to learn how to have at least that one person that while they are pouring into you, that you are pouring back into them. Even a counselor need a counselor. Even a therapist need a therapist, because as you are holding all of that energy, you need some way to release it. Capricorn, this is somebody that is not this is somebody that's about to have a big breakdown if you're not careful. I mean, it's just you're already at the position that you're trying to control everything, trying to manage everything, because you feel that things are not coming in fast enough, and you think that you're going to end up losing something. This is a love reading. And so maybe you think that you're going to lose your love, but it's like there's ways. What about therapy? What about counseling? But it's your perception is off about something. Your perception is off about something, Capricorn. Uh, I read the typo. Sorry, I was saying us for feelings ain't allowed. Well, feeling that, yep, that is the person that's going to have a breakdown. It could be. So yes, feelings have to be allowed. You know, the one thing about earth signs is you guys do such a good advice to other people, especially Virgos. Virgos is known to be the great counselor. So you do such a good job for being that strong tree for everybody else. But remember what the Bible says. That what is Psalms 23? The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He lead me beside the still waters. No, it's not Psalms. It's not Psalms 23 that I'm looking for. It's Psalms 1. Um, Blessed is the man who does not stand in the way of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers, but who delight in the law of the Lord day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water. I said all of that just because I just wanted that. They are a tree planted by streams of water. When you are a balanced Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, you are a tree planted by a stream of water, that you are getting the nutrients, the water, and everything that you need in order to grow properly. That you are by a stream of water, that you shall not thirst, and you have the sun that will give you the light that you need to grow. And so when you are not in a place that you are being balanced, then you are just a tree planted in the ground, but you have no water source. You're in the fucking desert. And eventually you're going to get to a point that you are going to dry yourself out. This is somebody that is holding it all in. Everything, it's all mine. You got to hold it in. You got to do things by yourself. You can't let nobody in. You don't want anybody to see a weak side of you. You always got to be polished. You always got to be put together. You always got to be in the nice and best clothes. You can only wear name brand. You can only have the best food. People got to serve you. Such a materialistic mentality. It is okay not to be okay. It is okay to have off days just like everybody else. Keep holding it in and see what's going to happen. Eventually, you're going to end up imploding, because this is not somebody that's going to explode. Because even in your darkness, you're going to keep that a secret just like everything else. Next thing you know, somebody is saying, can we do a welfare check on Capricorn? Because Capricorn is imploding because you're holding and carrying so much stuff that you should not be carrying. And whoever you are, you're in a lot of pain and stress. This is not it. Crossing energy, or not crossing, the crowning energy. Crowning energy is the Three of Wands. Crowning energy is all about being prepared. It's all about progress. It's all about foresight. Crowning energy is what you need to do immediately in order to solve the problem. And Spirit is saying that you need to get foresight. There is a Capricorn that needs to get foresight. There is a Capricorn that needs to get foresight. Because what do you need foresight over? Eight of Swords, you're in prison. This is someone that's in prison. Two of Pentacles, you're in prison because you're trying to juggle everything. You're trying to juggle everything, and instead of asking for help, instead of what is the word I'm looking for? Instead of delegating to other people that can help you, nope. Capricorn got to be strong. Capricorn got to keep it all in. Capricorn can't ask for help. Capricorn can't lean on friends. Capricorn gotta be seen as this polished person, even in your downfall, even in your destruction, because you're holding all of this shit in. Come on, Capricorn. It ain't that serious. You're imprisoning yourself. I'm telling you, this is the Capricorn that's about to have a strong mental breakdown. This is a Capricorn that is on the edge of having a strong mental breakdown if they're not careful. Hidden emotion, you got cloudy judgment. Cloudy judgment for the hidden emotion. Of course, it's cloudy judgment. We went from Taurus being under heavy witchcraft to Capricorn doing it all. Capricorn said, you know what? I got this. I don't need no help. I'm the only human on this earth. I'm the only person that's qualified in order to do this. And these are things that you're saying in your mind, like honestly. That's what your spirit guides are saying. That this is the nonsense that you come up with. And not trying to be harsh, but it's just, I'm trying to say it so you can see the silliness in the thought process. Because you don't see it. You keep telling yourself, like, oh, I'm the only person in the world that's going through that. The Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. How can you be the only one? How can you be the inventor of depression? Depression was here before you even got here. Okay, Cap. I mean, that's exactly what you're doing. You're capping. But okay, Cap. Hey, if you like it, I love it. If you want to just keep holding on to all this stuff until you have a complete mental breakdown and you implode, I mean, there's nothing I can do but tell you. I mean, all I can do is provide what the cards is telling you need, which is foresight. You have the Hierophant in the challenge position in reverse, which talks about personal beliefs. There's a belief, there's a perception, which is your overall energy that is holding you back. This is one of the things that's holding you back, and it's keeping you in heavy regret. So this is someone that is beating themselves up and punishing themselves based on religion, because that's what the Hierophant is. Somebody is beating the shit out of themselves because of religion. You're self-destructing because of religion. You're self-sabotaging because of religion. And you're going to end up self-imploding because of religion, because of a belief that you're not letting go of because of a perception that you refuse to let go of. This could be somebody gay. This could definitely be someone's. This could definitely be someone gay because you have intimacy in your challenge position, and you have resistance, which talks about a secret admirer. At first, when I first seen this, I didn't look at all the cards. I was just looking at this alone. I was saying that I was saying that you have a secret admirer, but it's not that. It's that you are holding yourself from sex. You are holding yourself from sex. And when you look at all of this combined together, it's saying that there is a personal belief based on religion that is keeping you in deep regret. And then the hidden emotions is intimacy. And then a secret admirer. So this is saying that you lust after someone, you like someone, that you want to be with someone on an intimate level, but you're not doing it because of a personal belief. You're not doing it because of a perception. The only thing I can think of, this is someone that is gay. This is someone that is gay, and they're refusing to accept the fact that they are gay. That they're refusing to accept the fact that they love the same gender. And you're beating yourself up based on religion. This is causing you a lot of pain and stress. This is causing you cloudy judgment. This is clouding your perception. So that's what this thing is that this is a Capricorn. This is a Capricorn that is literally on the edge of exploding, or not exploding, imploding. That this is someone that's going to, I don't know. I don't like energy like this, because this could also end up being someone that can bring, this is someone that can bring themselves self-harm. I don't know. I Capricorn, yours is definitely, this is someone that is holding themselves back because of a personal belief, because of a religious belief. And this thing is like killing you. It's eating you from the inside out. A little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that. Uh Anybody that has a Capricorn friend, check on them. This is some scary energy though, for real. Like, this is some really scary energy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is some really scary energy, because this is, it has the potential to, I mean, this is just somebody that can, I don't know. This is some. I mean, this is somebody that can implode. This is somebody that can really implode. And now I can see why it's saying that you feel the 5 of Pentacles. Once I actually finish this thing, the 5 of Pentacles, that you feel that something is not coming in, but it's like you're stopping it yourself based on your perception. If the Capricorn that this resonate with is watching, sign up for a personal reading. Sign up for a personal reading. The link is always going to be in my the link is going to be in my description, that you can sign up for a reading. It's going to be my stand store for Shy King 2017. But Capricorn, like, You need a personal reading. Like you really do. You are you're going crazy. That's the one thing that I hate about religious beliefs is that when we have these strong religious beliefs and it's like, oh, I don't want to go to hell and all of this other stuff, so I got to act right and I got to fake and be something I'm not. We take these small things and we blow it up out of proportion. It's just like what the reading was saying, making a mountain out of a molehill, where it's like you think that it's just so big and so grand, where it's like, oh, I'm gay and I can't let nobody know. That's punishment alone. But then on top of that, then you're probably saying in your head, oh, I'm an abomination. Now that's the second punishment. Oh, I'm going to hell. Now that's the third punishment. Oh, God don't like me. Oh, that's the fourth punishment. Oh, God is just, God just hate me. And, now your gifts and everything blocked. That's the sixth punishment. Like this, the reading with Capricorn is somebody that really need to be checked. Like somebody really need to check in on this person. Like somebody really need to check in on Capricorn. Whoever is resonating with that message, somebody need to check in on Capricorn. Capricorn is not doing well. I can promise you that. You don't have to put it all on you. You don't have to put it all on you, man. You don't have to put it all on you because the most important thing for me, it will be taking care of my immediate family first. You need to take care of that baby that's coming in. And then especially when you are dealing with grown folks, grown ass fucking folks, you need to tell them to get their shit together. Like you don't want me to be the head of household because when I'm the head of household, I'm gonna do mine in wisdom. And when you do it in wisdom, wisdom is not always giving people exactly what it is that they want. Sometimes it's taking the time to teach them how they can go out and get it themselves. Stop putting all of that pressure on you. Let's see what's in the cards for you. You just volunteered for a reading. Let's see what's in the cards for you. Come on. Thank you, Eagle. Thank you, Spirit Guys. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Banda. Thank you, Arisha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Ola Dumaray. Thank you, Ola Roon. Thank you, Ola Fee. Exactly. You already got some crazy ass shit popping out. We're gonna do this reading for you, and then after that, I'm going to Virgo. Yeah, cause you make me feel like I like this song. I be forgetting I'm on camera. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm still on live, right? And hell no, I can't be acting up too much, y'all. Uh shoes. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Never to my knees, you make me testify. You can make a sinner change his ways. Open up the gate, 'cause I can't wait to see the light. Yeah, 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 yeah. Take your sex, take me to paradise. All right, come on, thank you. Go on, thank you, Spirit Guys. Oh, yep. Oh yeah, man. You already it's already saying bitter and everything else. Somebody said they waiting on me. We waiting LOL. No lie, my last 2 weeks been so crazy. My pops transitioned on the 22nd, 2 days after his birthday. Damn. Are you a Virgo? I mean, I'll be getting the Virgo next. I just want to get my one Capricorn that's under all this stress. Get get you see what the cards say for him to get him some wisdom in this thing. Spend the rest of my days here. So so my man, the one that was resonating with the Capricorn reading, you have as your overall energy the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is all about rest and retreating. You know, you need to rest. You need to rest. You need to make sure that you are resting. That means that you could be under a lot of stress. That means you already did Taurus. Taurus was the very first one. Taurus was under a lot of witchcraft. So so um Five of Swords. Let me stay focused. I gotta stay focused. Five of Swords. My man that was in the Capricorn reading. Five of Swords. It's telling you that you need to rest. Stop putting all of this shit on you. Stop putting everything on you. There's a difference between, taking care of grown ass people and giving them instructions. You need to shift your mindset and you need to give them instructions and not just giving them every little thing they need like they're little kids. You have the devil as the clarifier. If you're not careful with this devil energy when it's telling you that you need to retreat, this thing is going to end up taking you out. Whether it's a heart attack, whether it's a stroke, because you're under a lot of stress. Spirit is saying that right now you should be feeling like your shoulders should be in like a lot of pain, and you've been wondering why your shoulders have been hurting and things like that. And the reason why your shoulders and everything has been hurting is because of the stress that you are under. Your body is giving you signs and symptoms that what you are doing is too much for you to do. You need to learn how to delegate. Head of the household doesn't mean that you are the only provider. It doesn't mean that you are the only one that must do everything. You have the list of things that need to be done. Delegate that shit out. You clean the living room. You cook the meals. You organize the bedroom. You organize the back. You put the money towards the electricity bill. You put the money towards the water bill. Stop taking this on by yourself. Even the hidden secrets. You got a card that's talking about secrets. Stop holding everything in. This is some of the most, and it's not talking about you, but this is the most unproductive energy that you're holding everything in, but you're hoping for a good outcome. Everything you're burying inside of yourself, but you're hoping that people will understand you. It's unproductive and they don't match, they don't go together. Stop keeping everything in and hiding what it is that you truly feel from people. This is the time where you need to say, okay, look, y'all, we're going to have a family meeting. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not Pops. Y'all are not about to put me in no early damn grave. It is what it is. Like, these are the things that we need to do. Get your ass up and you need to work. Honestly, for real though, you got to delegate. This is not going when we have devil energy here, you don't play around with devil energy. I'm telling you, my man, this is going to end up giving you a heart attack or a stroke if you're not careful. Stop holding all this stuff in. You have is your in your crossing energy. You have, once again, which came out for the Capricorn reading, you have the Five of Pentacles, which talks about loss and that feeling of poverty. But you have it paired with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is all about teamwork, collaboration. Why do you feel that you're going to be poor if you don't make the right decision when you got people? This kind of remind me. This remind me the story of Moses. That Moses had to rise up and be a leader, and he was doing everything by himself. And I believe his father-in-law was named Jethro. And Jethro pulled Moses aside and he said, "Why are you doing all of this alone?" Because when we do everything alone as leaders, we have this energy of the Five of Pentacles, of thinking the moment that we make the wrong move, we're going to lose everything. The moment that we make the wrong decision, that we're going to end up losing it all. We're going to be poor. We're going to be out on the streets. Why? Why do we feel like that when we have a team of people, when we have other people here? And so you need to make sure that everybody is doing their part and everyone is doing their role. That is the only way that the thing is going to be successful. The wisdom that Jethro gave Moses is that he told Moses that he needed to learn how to delegate. He said that everything should not have to be on you. Raise up people that they can handle the cases and the complaints from the people, and that you only oversee the cases that are too important, that need to escalate up to you. But all of those simple things, Jethro told Moses, let the leaders that you choose handle this. And so you need to learn how to delegate. Virgo is next. Once I get done with this, we're going straight into Virgo because this thing is already long. It's an hour and 22 minutes. So let me go and get through this. My man, you have as your crowning energy. You have the Seven of Cups, that you're delusional and out of your mind. And it's not saying delusional as in you're crazy. It's saying that you have a lot of things running through your mind, and these things are being projected in your mind through your emotions, which is very dangerous because emotions are very subjective. Just because you feel it, just because you just mainly feel it, just because you feel it, it doesn't mean that it's real. Just because you feel something, it doesn't mean that it's real. Emotions are very subjective. Queen of Wands is the clarifier. The Queen of Wands is number one. The Queen of Wands is very sexy. But in this case, we're not talking about the Queen of Wands sexy side. The Queen of Wands is very seductive. The Queen of Wands is very seductive. That she know how to move players around in order to make the best life for her. It wouldn't be the Queen of Wands, it will be the King of Wands, which is still the same energy. Where it's a very strong, seductive energy that knows how to rule. And so you need to make sure that you are moving the pieces in your life just like you're playing chess. That is the energy of the Queen of Wands. You have as your energy, the hidden emotions. You have pride and you have clinging. You know, it's pride is the energy that is saying that you kind of need to get into, that you need to get a stronger exterior and stop allowing people to cling to you and hold you so tightly that they become vampires and take all of your energy away. Oh, good. Good. So look, I'm gonna be out. I'm not gonna do all this. But I say at the end of the day, there's a difference. You need to delegate. You need to give people tasks. You have in your challenge position, you have the Eight of Cups, which talks about disappointment, and then once again, you got something else that's talking about your perception, which is the Seven of Pentacles. It's saying it's all about your perception, and your hidden emotion is that you need to get clarity. You can always hit me up on Instagram and we can talk a little bit more. Um, but get the piece that you need, man. All right, Virgos, here we go. You already got one card that's came out. Thank you, Igul. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarabanda. Thank you, Arisha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oladumare. Thank you, Olarun. Thank you, Olafi. What is in the cards for Virgo? Remember, Virgo, I gotta repeat it again because I've been on this thing for an hour and 25 minutes. I really wasn't expecting for it to be this long. So remember, this is a general message for my Virgos. So with it being a general message, only take what resonates. Don't force anything to resonate. Divination is confirmation. You know, I should be telling you things that your spiritual team should have already told you. This is going to be a love reading. If the reading want to talk about something outside of love, I will definitely bring that up as well. What y'all trying to do? Let's see what the challenge. We got heartbreak in the challenge position. Okay. Either to thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Spirit Guys. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarabanda. Thank you, Aretha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oladumare. Thank you, Oladum. Thank you, Olofi. You got past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lesson. Is it something you're not seeing? You could be getting a lot of signs at this moment. Uh-oh, confession, karma. What you got to get? What you got to get off your mind? What you got to get off your mind? What do you got to get off your mind, Virgo? Like what you finna confess? Somewhere out there, somewhere far away. And then it's funny how, as soon as that confession came, you got Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars. And that's what that song is about. Bruno Mars talking about, he's talking to the moon at night because of the pain that he's going through. So, you holding something in, Virgo. At night when the stars light up my room. Yeah, divine masculine tracing thrills and conflicted. But I'm trying to see who. Well, you got another one too. Divine masculine. You got releasing. You got escape. You got conflicted. So it's like. So is it the other person that's gonna? The other person that's gonna. So maybe it's the other person that's gonna give you a confession. So and it's saying divine masculine. So divine masculine is the one is out cheating or whatever it is they're doing right now. And they're getting ready to come back. Let me see let me get this last section. That when the sun goes down, mistake, abandonment. Okay, yeah, somebody left you, Virgo. Somebody left you. Somebody left you high and dry. Somebody left you high and dry, Virgo. Somebody said, boy, stop trying to copy my sign. He said, I think the Virgo is the rising. He said, so Leo got to be the sun. Leo is the sun. Virgo is the rising. And then the moon is Aquarius. Stop trying to steal my shit. Nah, my rising is a Virgo. I'm a Gemini Cancer cusp. My rising is my rising is Virgo, and then my descendant, which is the moon sign, is Pisces. Do you ever hear me calling? Yeah, see, okay, yeah. So yeah, Virgo is down and depressed. Virgo is down and depressed because there's a divine masculine that left, and it's really because the divine masculine left because he a hoe. I mean, well, let's not say he a hoe. Let's let's say what's a good positive word for hoes. You know, the divine masculine left because he's very friendly in the community. Oh man, and it got you hurt. Even you shoot Bruno Mars came on. I'm like, how many times ancestors gonna have talking to the moon to play? Because this like the third time talking to the moon that came on and played. A harlot. But the divine masculine left. So your overall energy is the Ace of Swords, which is a really good thing for you because it's saying that a breakthrough is coming. There is going to be a breakthrough, but the crazy part is is that somebody is going to come back only because of the Five of Pentacles, that they're going to be out in the cold. So if this person left because they wanted to be with somebody else, you have, as the secret emotion, you have past life, which talks about deja vu, karmic lessons, and it's karmic lessons and repeated patterns. So this is something. This could have been a test for this person, that in previous relationships as well, this person has cheated, especially with deja vu and repeated patterns, and this person still haven't learned their karmic lesson, that like when you are in a relationship, you need to honor your contract, whatever that contract it is that you signed up for. If you know that you cannot handle monogamy, then stop getting into monogamy relationships. You need to be able to find people that agree with polygamy or that agree with polyamory. And if they don't agree with that, then stay out of that connection. But this is a divine masculine that haven't learned their lesson yet. It's saying that you're going to get a breakthrough, Virgo, and that breakthrough could be that you're praying for this person to come back. And it's saying that this person is definitely going to come back because they're going through another karmic lesson, a series of karmic lessons that they have learned in the past. This person still haven't learned. I mean, it's like, damn, how many times do you have to go through in order for you to learn to stop being a nasty asshole and stop putting that dick in everything that say hi? Like, how many lessons do you have to go through? This could be somebody that, and that's the one thing about it. These karmic lessons, they get worse and worse every single time you keep failing these tests. That this could have been somebody that, first you end up getting syphilis, and then it's like you still didn't learn your lesson. Now this time around you end up getting herpes. You still haven't learned your lesson. Now the next time around you end up getting HIV. It's like, at what point do you learn? At what point do you stop going through the same cycle over and over and over and over and over? But this is a partner. It's not saying that it's a Virgo, but this is a partner that Virgo have that is keep going through the same cycle over and over and over. You know, your your crossing energy is saying this is a stronghold for this person. This is a constant cycle with the world card, and the strength card being attached to this. It's saying that this is a stronghold. This is something that this person is always faced with, but you know what? But it's not. Sex is not the issue. The devil card is not out here. Sex is not the issue. Sex is the byproduct that this person run to. But it's something deeper here. You know, well, thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying that, this is somebody that, you were dealing with someone that didn't have like their mother and their father in their life, and they lacked that love, they lacked that support at a very young age, and this person is keep getting into intimate sexual connections, trying to replace what it is that they didn't get in the past. And because they're not finding that, they keep jumping from person to person to person, thinking that the next person is going to have the key. And so, even though you are going through a lot of heartbreak based on the decisions that this person made, this person is going through a lot of heartbreak as well, because they don't even know who they are yet. They haven't even found what it is that they are looking for, not realizing that what they're looking for, they're not going to find in a person, that they're going to find this by going within and eventually connecting with a deity, that this is going to be the way out. But this person is in a state of compassion and karma. That this person is, if they're not talking to you, this is someone that is praying. This is someone that is praying, and that, they are doing it honestly. That they are like, okay, look, Lord, I know I know I'm a nasty asshole. Help me. This is somebody that knows that they keep making the same mistake, and this is somebody that's praying, and they are confessing what it is that they are going through. They like, Lord, you get me out of this and you don't let karma attack me. I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm gonna be a good one, I promise. The crowning energy, you have the temperance. The temperance is all about balance. It's saying balance is going to be restored in your life, Virgo. You have it paired with the Eight of Pentacles, which talks about diligence. It talks about apprenticeship and high standard. And you have it paired with the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is a really good energy. So your crowning energy is telling you that you need to stay in the energy of the King of Pentacles, that you need to go into the energy of the King of Pentacles, which means, Virgo, you could have been the one in the relationship that like make the most money and stuff like that. That this person could have depended on you financially. And with this combination, it's saying that, like, look, you need to make sure that you stand your ground. That, if this person try to come back, it's like, no, you're just not gonna just jump up and just move in with me again. I'm not just gonna pay bills and stuff like that. Like, I need to see where your head at. I need to see I need to see where your head at. Yeah, Taurus was the very first one. Taurus was the first one. Taurus was under witchcraft. It's gonna post to my page once I'm done, so you'll be able to listen to it. But yeah, Taurus was under witchcraft. You have, as the hidden emotions, you have the divine masculine releasing everywhere, the divine masculine chasing thrills, and the divine masculine being conflicted. So this divine masculine, like I said, this is somebody that did not have, either mom or dad in his life, went through a lot of neglect. And now, because of that, they're looking for that in connection. They're trying to replace that relationship. And in doing so, it's like fucking everything up, just give it to the whole community. It's like anybody can have that dick. Damn. God damn. You have in your challenge position, you have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, and you have it paired with the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is what he doing now, giving to the whole damn community. Who want this bread? Who want this sausage? Who want it in their mouth? You can have it. That's exactly what that energy is. And that was the thing that got you heartbreak. This person was promiscuous. But believe it or not, this is not a sexual addiction. Devil card is not out. It's not a sexual addiction. The sex is just a byproduct. This person, more than anything, they're looking for what they didn't get. And this person could have went through abandonment issues. You got mistake as they're hitting the motion that they know they made a mistake. And this person want to come back, but they're dealing with a lot of abandonment issues. This person is dealing with a lot of very high intense emotions. You have as your wisdom cards that said, do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life. And so it's like, stop focusing on this community dick and just focus on you. Community dick is going to come back around. I mean, that's what the cards are saying. This person is going to come back around. And when this person comes back around, you need to make sure that you have your standards high and that you are staying in the energy of the King of Pentacles, that you are putting your foot down. My thing is, it's nothing wrong with having somebody to come back. Even somebody like this that they done had, they done put that dick in everything. Number one, first thing is safety first. You know what I'm saying? Let's gonna go to the clinic and get let's go to get that STD test. You know what I'm saying? We got we got to make sure that like no chlamydia, no gonorrhea, no herpes, no no syphilis, no HIV. Let's go to the clinic first because majority of the time when people have a lot of sex and stuff like this, they're not the best at protecting themselves. It's like condoms. What's that? Okay, clinic we go. Let's go to the clinic first, and then once we go to the clinic, it's it's laying down the expectations, having a higher standard where it's like, look, you got abandonment issues that clearly you need to talk about because it's keep causing the worst karma in your life. So my thing is if we even think about getting back together, you need to go through therapy first. Like you literally need to go through therapy. Let's go through some therapy, get your mind right, and let's go ahead and deal with these abandonment issues. And then from there, we can possibly have a good, healthy relationship. But the abandonment issues, they got to be dealt with. Those abandonment issues, they got to be dealt with. Oh yeah, see, that's a lot. Losing your dad at that age of 8, that's one thing. And then for you to sit there and witness and see him die, that you seen him drown, that's trauma. Oh, that's trauma. Okay, and then his mom was money hungry and she didn't raise him. That's neglect. That's abandonment. And then so his grandma had to raise them. And so that's a lot. That's a lot. That will do it. That will definitely do it. But he needs to talk to somebody. And then I bet 9 times out of 10 he black. Most majority of us in the black community, we do not want to do therapy. We do not want to do therapy when that's the one thing that we need in order to get this stuff out of our system. Oh, 1313, starting fresh. It talks about encouragement. It talks about goals. It talks about creative interests. It says, step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you aspiration and will bring you profit. Build up your confidence and trust in your decision. Ashe. Angel number 1313. But yeah, that's a lot of trauma. Tiger. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. A mighty force come to my aid. Hmm. Man, what time is it? I'm getting sleep. Oh yeah, it's 10:30. That's why. I know with some of y'all it's even later because a lot of people is like 3 to 2 hours ahead of me because I'm in Arizona. So some of y'all already on the next day. Y'all already on Friday morning, still up, up and up and ready. But yeah, that's your read, Virgo. I mean, Virgo, you really got somebody that's, you were with somebody, you were with a divine masculine that went away. And the only thing that I can tell you is just keep in mind this is really not a sexual addiction. This is someone that needs to deal with their shit. Their stuff is being seen as sexual, but that's not really what they're looking for. They're looking to get what wasn't there. You know, and so just like in your case, it's looking for that mom, looking for that, that dad energy. Ooh, it's especially seeing his dad die from drowning. That's a big one. I mean, that means majority of those people are afraid of water, and that's a lot. That is a lot. But this person is definitely in a mode of wanting to confess. So they're gonna need somebody to talk to. But that's the reading, Virgo. Normally I'll try to stick around and do personal readings, but I can't today. I'm sleepy. I gotta get me some sleep. I started too late. I was meaning to start early, but man. But anyways, that is the reading for today. Tomorrow I'm gonna jump on here and do the fire signs. Tomorrow I will be doing Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. How can I forget crazy Aries? Aries is something else. My mom and my dad is an Aries. So, well, you know what I. Oh man. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Let's get some sleep. If you need to, you can rewatch this in the morning. It will be uploaded to my page. So, everyone have a good night, and I'll jump back on here tomorrow.